Good morning, beautiful people, and happy Friday. I hope that your day has started out exceptionally well, and if for any reason it is short of beautiful, change that sucker around. Even if that means you have to let go of the oars and let go of the resistance, because sometimes we try to make our day instead of enjoy our day as it is. So I came on here for something though. I wanted to talk to those people who are at a point in their life where they're down. And I mean down. You have a choice. You can either continue to sit and sulk in your anger, in your hurt, in your pain, in your darkness, and then you can go back out with heavier baggage that you put on yourself, and then you can fall down again, and you can add to the weight, and add to the anger, add to the confusion, add to the regret, blame everything around you, and fall down again, and then continue to soak in it and get up and be even heavier. Or you can sit there long enough to let all the baggage dissolve, let all the anger dissolve, let forgiveness set in, let a different type of light hit your skin, let a different type of thought process come into you, and a different lifestyle, just a different thought process. I say all this because I was asked yesterday, Amy, how are you always so positive? And if there's anybody who's known me throughout my lifetime, which there are very few, you'll know that I was handed a very interesting life. Very interesting. And I was the person who would get knocked down because of some of that I carried over, and I would sit there in that dark place, and I was an angry person. And I had this whole attachment and expectation with things and people, be it a job, a person, any of that. And you have to come to this point where you completely let go of all of that one of those times that you're down there. Because it would be great if all of a sudden this whole life thought process or transition or whatever just happened while we're walking happily down the road, but that's generally not how it happens. Usually we get into our deep feelings when something deep has hit us. So, but I've been there, I've been knocked down, and I would get up darker and angrier, and thought I was supposed to fight harder, and thought that I was supposed to make my point more and deeper. And then I got to about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, when I was down in that very deep, dark, life knock you down place, I made a decision. And I stayed down there long enough. Sometimes we don't want to stay down there long enough in that spot of hurt, in that place of pain, to heal from it and just become different. But if you do get up, if you do wait down there long enough, one of the examples I'll give you is relationships. I think I've pretty much been, we'll just say for the sake of a better word, single, I guess, for the longest I've ever been in my life. And I would tell you, I know this is a lot of personal information, but somebody needs to hear this. I would tell you, there were moments where I looked at my ex and he was having a great time, and he was having this great life with this individual, and I looked back at myself and almost shot that pain right back to myself again. But because I stayed down there long enough, I've got to a point where I'm like, there's nothing that's going to come into my life that I shouldn't have. There's nothing that's going to come into my life that's I'm not bigger to overcome. Even if it is something that doesn't work out, I'm different about handling it. I'm different about the way I see it, and therefore it can't take me back to that dark place. That's the same thing with family. You know, I don't understand it sometimes. I don't understand how people are the way they are, but that used to hurt me. That used to make me feel so rejected and so detached and so not worthy of, what all the other people looked like they had. And once I healed from that, and once I thought process changed all that. Once that changed, you get to a place where you just see it different. It doesn't mean that it doesn't exist and there's not an opportunity to be hurt from it. What it means is that the light that comes in through you just shines different. It means that whatever comes, you just handle differently, correctly, because hurt is like cocaine. Like, seriously, it's a hell of a drug. Some people want to sit there and be like, oh, I'm hurt because of this. I do this because of that. I act a fool because of this. I'm going to treat the next person like a dog because that person hurt me and I treated them good. And stop, because all you're going to do is go back into that hurt place, and it's going to get deeper, 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 as opposed to going down in that dark place long enough to separate yourself from anything and everything. I don't think you guys understand the level of separation that I went through in my life. I went through a large level of separation from a lot of things in my life. Some of them by choice, and some of them were literally ripped out from under me. I went through some very interesting things, and I had a choice. I had a choice, and I stayed down there long enough. To heal. And you're gonna go through some things, and they're all gonna make sense later. And even if they don't, you just take them for the moments of how beautiful they are, and you keep going. And once your attitude changes, and you come up lighter, and you come up without that baggage, and without that hurt, and with that whole new way of looking at life, you're gonna attract more beauty, more light, more powerful circumstances that will help promote you to being the strongest you that there is. You're gonna surprise yourself. You're gonna bloom, and then you're gonna go, okay, now what? And then you're just gonna keep going, and you're gonna keep finding yourself, and it's such a beautiful thing. Do not be afraid to sit there for a minute. Sit there where you don't want to. Sit there for a minute and listen. Stop trying to figure it all out. Listen to what it's trying to tell you or show you. Those moments, it's there. It's so there. God bless you guys. Didn't mean to get deep on a Friday, but I had to let you know, because somebody somewhere is still doing like, the Flintstones and pedaling that rock car as hard as they can. You're gonna get tired. Your body's gonna break down, mind, body, and soul, and you're gonna be sitting there in bedrock wondering why you're still there. So pick yourself up. And sometimes when those times comes and they knock you down, stay there. Stay there long enough to change your light. God bless you, and have a wonderful day. Remember to tell yourself at least 2 times a day, morning and night, I can. Yeah, you. I will. You sure will. And I am so worth it. God bless you. Have a good day.